Hi, I'm Rick Itzkowicz and I'm the LinkedIn guy. And in this video I am going to show you a few things that you can do to start becoming a power user when it comes to LinkedIn. So let's start out with your profile picture. What you want to do with your profile picture is you want to change it frequently, every 2 to 3 months. And the reason you want to do that is because every time you change it, it notifies your network and it adds to your LinkedIn brand. So one of the things you want to do on LinkedIn is you want to constantly be adding to your brand to be visible so that people begin to recognize you, and similar to other brands, they start feeling comfortable with you. So change your profile picture periodically. It should still remain professional in a headshot, but you can just change it. Alright, another very useful tactic that I recommend is that you customize your profile websites. You see, LinkedIn gives you a default of saying my website, my company, my blog, and you can do that, or you can actually do it so that it has something that is more descriptive and either has the name of your website and or it tells the viewer something a little bit more about what your websites or blogs stand for. So for instance, on the top you will see Productive Learning and Leisure, Buy My LinkedIn Power System, and Learn How to Stay Top of Mind, as opposed to what it would be, which be my website, my company, or my blog. So be sure that you customize your profile and your websites inside of your profile. Give recommendations. This is a very, very powerful concept. You see, on LinkedIn, what you want to do is you want to build your visibility and your credibility. And there's different ways that you build your credibility. You will build your credibility by having other people recommend you, as well as you position yourself as an expert by adding information that is useful and valuable to the people who are looking for the information that you have. So the best way to get recommendations is to give them. You see, when you give a recommendation to someone, there's a good possibility that they also know you, they may have done business with you, and many of them will automatically give a recommendation back to you. It is not a barter system where they will automatically do that, nor should you request to do that. However, many people feel a need to reciprocate. So when you give a recommendation to them, first of all, it is a very welcome surprise when they get notified that you did that. And secondly, many of them will immediately turn around and give you a recommendation. So the best way to get recommendations on LinkedIn is to give them. So find some of the people in your network, some of the people that you know, your customers, your vendors, your employees, employers, and give them sincere and thorough recommendations, and there's a good possibility that they will reciprocate and in turn give you the recommendations that you need. By the way, you will need a minimum of 3 recommendations for your profile to be 100% complete. But the more recommendations that you get, especially if these are genuine and they're specific and they're good recommendations, the more you will add to your credibility on LinkedIn, and that's a very important asset. Okay, your profile is much more than your resume. It really is your sales page. Think of people who are going to be viewing your profile as people that would like to make a decision whether to connect with you, whether to continue a dialogue with you, whether to hire you. By the way, all of these have happened to me. So think of it more as your sales page, similar to a sales page on a website. If you're selling a product or a service, you want to make it interesting and compelling so that the person who is there will have a desire to purchase it. In this case, the product is you, and your profile is your sales page. So make it interesting, add video to it. I will cover how to do that on another installment. Share what you're reading. There's different applications on LinkedIn, and when you share what you're reading, especially if you're reading something that many people enjoy, or maybe it's something that is unique or different, or maybe it's even your own book, what you do is you're adding to what makes you interesting, and you're also adding to something that people may find in common with you. If you have a blog, also add it to your sales page or your profile, because that's more information that you can give to people about you so they can start getting to know you. So think of your profile as a lot more than a resume and much more like a sales page. Join groups. LinkedIn groups are one of the best sources for you to connect with your target audience, as well as for you to be able to identify who some of the people that you want to be connected with are. So join groups and be active in a group. Listen to what people are saying. Observe the discussions, the responses. Become an active participant in the groups, because not only will you learn, but you will also be able to start positioning yourself as an expert and to significantly build your network with people who are influential and with people who can bring value to your network. And that's one of your goals, is to bring value to your network. So join groups when you're on LinkedIn. LinkedIn allows you to join up to 50 groups. You don't have to use all 50 of them, but certainly get started and at least join a few. And lastly, I want to share with you something that a lot of people don't do, and that is to export your LinkedIn connections. You see, LinkedIn is not your site. LinkedIn belongs to LinkedIn. And if LinkedIn were to change their rules, if LinkedIn were to go out of business, if LinkedIn would decide that they are going to ban you from being part of LinkedIn, and by the way, that has happened to some people, then if you don't export your connections, then all the work that you did to build your network will go to waste. So what you want to do is you want to export your connections. LinkedIn makes it very easy to do that. You can do it in a variety of formats, and you want to do that, periodically. Again, once a month, once every 3 months at the latest, and make sure that you, especially if you're active, make sure that you export those files so that you have them in your computer, so should something happen to LinkedIn, not all will be lost. So there you have. These are some very powerful tips and tactics that you can begin to use immediately that will really start turning you into a LinkedIn power user. I hope that you found this to be of value, and I look forward to